A great play there by Gorak to McPeak.
And after the catch, too, that was some
Yeah,
great moves there from McPeak.
Great jukes. Shifty. He's shifty with the ball.
He is. He's going to have a good game here tonight, I think.
Very good game here against Avon.
He already has a receiving touchdown here tonight.
He does, yeah. Yeah.
That was a great ball there from Gorak, especially being chased by the defender.
Yeah.
It's a hard throw to make.
Here we go. Gorak to the end zone. Intercepted by Avon. Who was that intercepted it? It was intercepted by number 22, C.C. Cunningham for Avon.
Not what you like to see.
That is not very good.
So Bell going to be under center. Blackhawk 4th and 1 upcoming. And there's a timeout. Or no, there's a flag. Titan a little upset about it. I think they got him to jump maybe. Nope.
Nope, it's on Sheridan.
Blackhawk backing him up 5 yards. Now, I said about the field goal. Why not just try it? You know, I know they're not going to.
They're not going to, but it'd be. I mean, why not?
Yeah. Just call the game like you're a professional team, and
yeah.
So 4th and 6 now. Hawks work got a little bit harder. Bell takes a snap, immediately looking to pass. Got a wide open man in the end zone. Touchdown, Blackhawks. As DeCrane was wide open in the end zone. And Owen Bell gets his 3rd touchdown pass of the night.
We've seen that pass now, what, 5 or 6 times?
Yeah, but that one.
That was pretty clean.
That was pretty clean and floated a little bit more than I like, but you know what? It's all right.
Yeah, but he was wide.
Yeah, he didn't have to put any fire on it or anything. So once again, comes on to attempt the extra points. Only missed 1 so far this season. Ball is down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good.
Football at the 26-yard line now. So it'll be 1st and 20. And there's movement all over the place. All right, so I'm not going to make an excuse. But if it's homecoming week, you've had stuff going on all week long. Your focus hasn't probably been there as much as it should be. Do you think that is a factor? Not an excuse, but a factor.
I definitely think it's a factor, and I don't think you can deny it when you come out in the first few drives and have this many penalties. Even for a team that has struggled with this a bit in the past, this is a bit excessive. Yeah. Definitely it's a focus thing.
This Avon offense here.
You cannot tell me they're undefeated. Or not undefeated, winless.
Winless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does not look like they've been winless here. Oh, it looks like a little. And great catch there.
Is that number 3 again?
Number 3, T.J. Stewart.
Yeah.
TJ's been on fire here. So it would not be a shocker to see him in the end zone here.
Yeah, this is
on display.
Here. Yeah, 1st and goal for Avon here.
Yeah, 1st and 7. 1st and goal, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Reynolds looking to take a shot in the end zone. Or get the ball closer and make a Ashton Carter run here. Ashton Carter run might be pretty great. Yep. And moving. Got 1 yard there. Looks like.
Maybe a little more than a yard.
Nope, just one.
Just a yard.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Avon here, you're going to want to put this in the end zone. This is going to be 3 straight drives that.
Yeah, they come out just
with the field goal.
Scoreless.
Yeah.
Here we go. Nope. It looks like to me Mason Reynolds is not the fastest man on the field. Just because we saw him scrambling and he barely got a yard. So he is not the fastest man. And he does decide to take it off. And he does get the end to the end zone for a scramble, a QB sneak. That was he got me great, bro. Great there. Great run by Mason Reynolds.
Yeah.
Just I was saying he's not the fastest man. He
He's
came up
actually
big there.
The second leading rusher on the Avon or on Avon.
He looks very smart. He looks very smart when he has to run, and when he knows when to run, he knows when to throw. Right?
Looks like that extra point will be good.
Yep.
10-6.
10-6 there.
That will be his second rushing touchdown of the season. So.
Yeah.
He might be.
Well, along with the big play on the punt return, you have a closer game than maybe it should be. So there's a fumbled snap.
Ertl picks it up and fires and intercepted. Back the other way. That'll be Braxton on the interception and the return. Finally brought down at the 47-yard line. Now, that probably happened because you had the drop football there in the snap.
Yeah, again, another miscue. Quarterback picks up the ball, tries to make something happen. So you'll see it here, just loses focus. I think the snap's a little low, but not something a quarterback can't handle. Picks it up. I'm not sure quite what he saw there on the throw, but obviously throws it, gets intercepted, and now all of a sudden Pendleton's got good field position, and they're right there.
Well, now the Arabians back on offense. Wilson remains in as the quarterback. You see Jones as the lone setback. They'll fake the handoff and on the run, and then he tries to throw it at the last second. It looks like they'll get it back, but a dangerous play right there as Peyton Pollock will jump on the loose football.
And a big ruling here. It looks like they're ruling that a fumble as opposed to a pass. To me, in real time, it looked more like a pass, although I see they did get the ball there knocked out before the arm went forward. So good call. Big play for Mount Vernon. Wow.
Boy, no kidding. Now, that was hard for left-hander Wilson to turn his back and then try to make the adjustment. It'd be easier if he was basically just going to his left instead of turning to his right.
Yeah, he gets turned around there. He's got too much pressure in the face, and all of a sudden he loses the ball. So not a good start to the drive.
And as a DB, that's what you want to do is not only have your coverage, but if your receiver gets that in there, you got to break that up by actually trying to reach through his arms, which is exactly what Lions did there to save 6.
2nd and 10. Next double pump, and they'll be 3rd and 10. That one intended for Isaac Nelson. By the way, replacing Daniel Pelaconda tonight, who is injured, one of the wide receivers. So on 3rd and 10, this is 4-down territory. What do you like here?
Well, I mean, you're obviously 3rd and long, so I think this is something you want to try to spread your formation out and, get in a position to where you drop Nick's back and get him out of the pocket, allow him to he's a kid that's maybe not going to be quite as dynamic as Cruz will be, but he can make some plays with his feet and make him a dual threat here. But I think you got to, and they are in a spread formation, they're going to actually run it.
Vaughn Johnson trying to cut back, not a lot of room over there, bringing us to a 4th down.
And won't be surprised here if this is a 4-down territory. I mean, you don't gain a whole lot here by punting. Even if you don't get it, you're in a position where they don't have great field position. I believe it's inside the 35, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
about a 50-yard field goal for Noah Ham if they try it.
And punting just doesn't help you. You could play field position, but there's just not as much. Like I said, if you don't get it, they're still 30-yard line, which still leaves Covenant in a decent position with the defense as well.
Wasn't there a high school football team in Louisiana that never punted?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Never.
Nix throwing for 6, picked off. Landon Ross with a pick, and here he goes. Got blocking in front of him. Huge interception for the.
Good to make this Mount Vernon squad that hasn't been so focused go the whole length of the field.
By the way, Chris Edmonds in the lineup now for the Marauders. Ertl, quick hitter here out in the flat. That's going to be Edmonds. Edmonds across the 20 to about the 21.
And Mount Vernon's been keyed in on those quick hitters to start drives, to start series. That's another quick hitter there. when he gets it out to the speedy receivers and they've got room to run, those are going to be positive plays most of the night. So I think he's, again, doing what we thought Mount Vernon would do, kind of taking what the defense is giving him and distributing the ball.
Edmonds now split wide to the left. That'll be Jones in motion right to left. Handoff Brogan. Brogan across the 30 and brought down near the 32-yard line. Another good run by Brogan.
Brogan really runs with that powerful style. He likes to take contact, gets through that first level, but then he's always going to get 5 or 6 extra yards. I don't know that we keep the yards after contact stat in high school football. We might, but he's got to be up there. Really likes to take that contact and gets the extra yard.
Good enough for the first down. Football at the 32-yard line. Brogan setting up way deep in the backfield behind Ertl. Here's Brogan again. Got hit immediately, maybe to the line of scrimmage. Now, we had seen Brogan earlier. In fact, he had some good runs last week. Nothing like what we saw earlier in this one. He scampered for that touchdown. There you see Edmonds coming out of the lineup. Looks like Dominic Barnett will now be the receiver split wide to the left. So it'll be second down and 10. Ertl
Rushing after that big reception by John Anthony Hall to take him down to about the 10-yard line. And that was Bogle there.
That was great after the catch. That was pretty good from John Anthony.
Mm-hmm. The ball security, the ball protection, their awareness of where he was, not slowing down.
This is a well-coached team because
very well.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen something like that.
Very
after the catch, we've seen some pretty good moves.
Yeah, but Noah McPeak for one, and then we saw him for there. And here is Gorak looking and a little bit underthrown. That was intended for number 85, Joel Gates. Joel Gates, number 85, the tight end.
I'd like to see him get more involved here.
Yeah, me too. And it looks like number 83 coming off the field, Millie McTartney. Here we go. Bogle out there.
3rd and goal here from the 6-yard line.
Gorak out there as well. It's been a great game so far. No complaints. Here we go. Here's Gorak to the end zone for Noah McPeak for his second receiving touchdown of the night. Wow. He single-handedly got 12 points. He got all 12 points for the Fishers Tigers tonight.
He's going to have a big game.
Very big game.
Especially with Kobe Martin.
Now Bell going to come on. I say come on. He's already out there to attempt the extra point. Most time-consuming part of this is Bell's got to change his shoe every time he's got a kick.
Right. Got to put on that square toe.
Yep. Snaps a little high, but gets it down. The kick is up. The kick looks good. The kick is good. 11:08 to play in the second quarter. Blackhawks on top 35-0. You're watching Blackhawk football, Bragg Sports Media.
Wilson Farm Market. We know it's not only what you eat, but where it comes from that matters. Granddad Bill knew that too, and selling fresh eggs back in 1968 turned into Central Indiana's favorite farm-to-table market today. We don't own...
If you're golfing, you could do that little, chip shot, keep it rolling down the...
Yeah, it's funny. When I play golf, I don't usually get those rollouts.
No,
so
you don't, yeah.
I think I must be doing something wrong. But, yeah, if I could take a cue out of the punter's game, it would help my golf game quite a bit.
Well,
I think a part of that is I have to hit the grass, though, the fairway, I think.
It does help, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Football at the 24-yard line. Trips right. They'll play at the short side. Quick throw. Ball caught across the 40. How about that? The spin got him to about the 47-yard line. Nice catch and more yardage.
Okay, so I said, Isaac Wilson, beat me with the arm. He says, okay, we will. Nice throw. Hits his receiver in stride. Receiver's able to drag a defender for about 5 yards. Beautiful play to start the drive from Pendleton.
Kiesling on the reception out to the 47-yard line. Wilson perhaps his best throw of the day right there. And now they're going to run the football over the left side. Big hole. And inside the 45 down to about the 42-yard line. That's Dresden Roberts.
Yeah, and I like that. I like the opening play. Obviously, because
they've tried to pass the ball a little bit, and that front seven just doing their job, making sure they have no time back there.
I think we've gotten, one successful pass.
Yeah, I mean, it was a beautifully thrown ball when he had time. Just Harris working back there with no time so far tonight. As Harris and McMillan going to be in the backfield once again. This time, noticeably, Wooten is in the slot position. So watch that number 1 on the near side. It's in motion. And it's going to be a quarterback keep. Harris just looking around, eventually going to throw it downfield, and the man's uncovered. Nice conversion by the Taylor
Fumble. Warriors say they've got the ball. Let's see. They do. Wow. What a dramatic change of events. Nick Dearman returned, and off the fumble. Great field position for the Warriors. Take another look as to how this happened.
It was a great kick by Munoz. You usually don't see at the high school level balls getting almost to the goal line. Dearman on the return does a good job, but then when he starts to get the contact, he still just keeps one arm on it instead of just actually covering it up. And helmet got the hat right on the ball. And yeah, I mean, typically that's you're going to more times than not lose that when you don't wrap it up.
Looks like 25. Blake Boston got the hit. What a dramatic change of events when Heritage Christian was marching for its second score. Now it must have been in a 7-7 game. Cruz double pump to the sidelines. Ball caught easily by Landon Ross. First down.
Yeah, another great decision there by the young sophomore. Earlier we talked about Nix as far as read through his progressions, didn't have anything tucked and tried to get positive yards. There you saw Cruz where he was looking to go deep, kind of pumped it, and then hit the check down to think about positive yards. So great job, move the chains, make the wise decision.
Pass, but why not? First and 1.
100% the right play call. You've got 1st and 1, so you've got 3 chances to get 1 yard, one-on-one coverage on the outside. That is definitely the time to take a shot. Almost paid off, just couldn't quite reel it in.
Looked like Caden Sims, number 86, was the intended receiver, and it was. Sims, 17 receptions coming into this football game with 4 touchdowns. So now it'll be 2nd down and 1. Boy, high snap, and that one blew up quickly.
And again, just a routine play, another little slight error. Now all of a sudden you start sweating a little bit. You had 2nd and 1, you go to 3rd and 3 or 4. Changes the dynamic of everything on this drive.
Well, and by the time that Wilson got it, he was going to try to hand it off to Roberts, but it was too late.
In the quarter. Nolan Jones carries their penalty flag at the end of the play. It's going to be a hold, and that'll move the Warriors back 10 yards.
That's certainly not the direction that you want to go there. But again, it's on 1st down, and you still got manageable field position. Munoz has got a great leg in terms of kicking. So even if they go to a 20, 25-yard field goal by just gaining 10 more back, they still should be in a good position.
Yeah, I think we mentioned his range is 45 yards. So if you've got the ball in or around a 30, you've got a chance. But this drive is 10 yards further back than expected. Let's see if they force Heritage to use its 3rd and last timeout in the first half. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Nolan Jones in the backfield with Connor Cruz. They'll send Ross in motion. 3 to the left side, and they'll give instead to Nolan Jones. And that'll use some more time based on what you were saying. Not a bad strategy. You've got Heritage on the run, and Heritage Christian has one timeout left.
Yeah, and I mean, you got 3 or 4 of it there. Certainly look for the pass here.
Tries a takeoff running. Oh, and he lost the football. Bosse comes up with it. A costly turnover by Will Petke. It's a fumble. The Bosse defense holds, and they get the football back after a 16-play drive. Gives the Tigers nothing.
Yeah, the difference between the pass, the strike that he did on the score where he stepped into it, that's one where he didn't. Threw off his back foot, came up short. When you're in the flat like that, you not only got to take that snap and get it out quick, but you got to step in and really fire that over there to minimize the chance for the pursuit of the DBs. So that was more on Cruz, and one now that they're certainly you're maybe in his field goal range, but certainly one that you don't want to kick here. So you want to try to at least get about 10 of this back to put it in more manageable position if they have to kick.
It is 3rd and 21. Connor Cruz in the shotgun formation. They pick up the blitz. Cruz fires. And that is
great
ball
catch.
Caught.
What a catch.
Landon Ross got the foot in. Completed pass. Clock stops with a minute left. Big play, too.
No, it was. And, I mean, it's one that you expect your seniors to make. It's a young man that's averaging about 80 yards a game in receiving. He has 6 scores on the year as well, but he's a senior. But did a great job of really catching that with his hands, not allowing it to get into his body and working the sidelines with his footwork really, really well. And now you're in a position now where, you know, you look like they're going to go why they still have 3rd and 5?
Yeah, I made a mistake there. Actually, the penalty was not a movement it down, so it is with pickup of 16.
Yeah, they are still short.
Either way, it looks like a field goal attempt coming up.
25-yard attempt.
It's got great range, Mr. Munoz, and he knocks it home with plenty of distance.
Great job there. I mean, you know, anytime you can get turnovers and turn them into any kind of points, especially in the timing of this and going into half, certainly puts him in a great position.
Heritage has
tied, possibly with a lead, would be huge.
The throw is low. Is it caught? No, they'll say did not hold on to it. That's Stevens, but go back.
2 wide receivers set. They're going to run it this time. It is Floyd Jr. who gets taken down at the 26, a gain of a yard.
Slowing him down was Tanner Grease. And then a couple of white shirts slow him down and give him a yard.
Bosse does not have to run another play here in the quarter if they don't want to. We're down to 20 seconds to go. Tigers defense tries to get organized here. It's 2nd and 9. Empty backfield for Wagner. He's looking to throw. Stands in the pocket, now starts to move. He's under pressure, rolling to his left, and he takes off running before he is angled out of bounds. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage with plus a few yards. Broshier
by the defense. There we go. And that looks like a false start. That is a false start. False start on Avon. Oh, a delay of game.
Yeah.
It also looked like a false start.
They let that play clock turn down
to 0.
Down all the way to 0, yeah.
5-yard penalty there. 1st and 15 now. Spotted at the 19.
Things were going pretty good there. It looks like they lost a little bit of their momentum.
A little bit, but let's see how they bounce back here. I think Reynolds can get back those yards on his feet. And, another tackle. Ashton Carter brought down by 94.
Brady Wolf. Yeah. Loss of 3 yards there.
Sean Coates Jr. came in, it looks like, for number 77. Mylan Irby.
What do you expect to see here from Avon on this
play?
On this play, yeah.
Okay. On this play, I do expect a little bit, make it more manageable, right?
Yeah.
We're getting down to like the original line of scrimmage, right? We want that at least. And it looks like they take a big shot downfield. It was intended for number 3, TJ Stort. Oh, correction, number 19, Sean Burry.
3rd and 18 now, so I'd expect a pass
A play, yeah, a pass here.
Sure.
Take a shot downfield again.
But you can't be sloppy with the ball.
No, no.
Yeah.
But that's also what makes Reynolds a great player.
Yeah, he's kind of smart. Or he's
Yeah,
actually
he
really
is smart. Yeah. He knows what has to be done here.
Only has 1 interception on the season.
And that looks like a timeout called by Avon, their second of the half. Those cars over there look pretty cool.
They do.
They look like they're going to come on the field during halftime.
Yeah. So as we approach halftime here, what adjustments do you want to see happen for either team? You didn't hear that?
I didn't hear it. My bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So as we approach halftime,
Against Bossy.
Cost them 5.
Tigers should get this ball in pretty good field position after the punt.
You've got all kinds of room to run. Got one guy to beat. There's a flag back down at about the 40, though.
I think blocking the back.
There was also a flag down here about where they kicked it away.
Really? Okay.
So 2 flags once again. We had this situation earlier.
See what they call.
It might be offsetting once again. I imagine it's going to be a block in the back here on the Sheridan side of the field, but on the Taylor side.
Right.
I don't know. Flag's down about where the punter would have kicked it away. Looks like a legal procedure on the kicking team.
His mind that he has to make it more manageable. And that is an interception by Fishers. He tried to, it was intended for number 6. It was intended for number 6, Ashton Carter.
looks like intercepted by Jake Pruitt. He's been there.
Jake Pruitt.
He's been pretty good for them on defense this year.
Yes. That got the crowd hyped.
Yeah.
It's a great atmosphere here.
It is. Homecoming weekend and everything.
Yep.
So
I think they're going to announce like the homecoming queens and kings or whatever.
homecoming royalty.
Yeah, royalty for
Started running before he had full possession.
And I don't think we've called Trey Jones' name on anything moving backwards. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there, but he's going to wish he had that one back. He had some room to run. Could have been a big gainer. Again, kind of in line with just a little bit of the sloppiness of the half. A great throw from Ertl. Hit him in stride. Exactly what you want. It's been kind of their most successful play of the evening, too. Those quick hitters to receivers in space.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Ertl again has time. Gets hit right there, and he's going to go down. That will be a sack. And a big defensive play there for Pendleton. That's number 31, I believe, and they're getting the stop for Pendleton, Ethan Faulkner.
Great play by Faulkner. Let's watch him get through the line here. Just sheds that block, goes straight for the quarterback, and you had Ertl was locked in on a route downfield, was really looking for the big play, didn't see the defender closing in, and he takes a big hit.
If it wasn't 31 Faulkner, it might have been 34 Nick Trout. Kind of hard to tell from our vantage point, but it might have been Trout. We want to make sure we give credit for that sack. So it'll be 3rd down and 15. 1 minute remaining. Ertl has time. Overthrows his receiver. Intended there for Smith. And it's going to be 4th down.
Another good look. That would have been a tough catch for Smith. He really tried to fire that in there. I think as he let it go, it just sailed on him a little bit. So good job by Pendleton. Standing tall, forcing a punt.
he was in bounds. So the clock should be running. Yes, it is. The ball has been, yes. Here we go. Fishers has all 3 timeouts, by the way, so this is a little, we could extend this. Oh, here's Gorak, and he fumbled.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Oh, no. Looks like it is recovered by the offense.
It is recovered by
But that is
by
a
number
loss.
75.
That's a loss, though.
Yeah, for Zach Thomas, he recovered. That is definitely a loss on the play.
Shut up. I'll come down there and kick your ass. I'll tell you, man, I will.
Timeout, Fishers.
I'm not putting up with that crap.
Wow. Huh. Looks like a loss of about 7 maybe there. Second and 17. Not what you like to see there, your Fishers.
Nope.
They got some momentum there.
But they did recover the fumble.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's still pretty good, but still.
That is good, yeah.
Loss of 7-ish yards.
Yeah.
Can't get discouraged here.
Not what you want to see.
Maybe get in range for Tangara to get a few in.
Mhm.
Maybe get it.
Tangara tonight is 1-2 on the night.
Oh, yeah, on the extra points. Yeah.
On extra points, yes.
Yeah, hasn't attempted a field goal yet. 41 seconds left here in this opening half.
Yep.
Second and 17.
Here we go. Gorak to the outside. Gorak. And they look like they got back to an 83. Millen McCartney. He looks pretty quiet tonight. But definitely a timely reception there by McCartney. Here we go. Gorak back to the outside. Gorak eating up. There we go.
Looks like they will let it run down. Huh.
Yep. Washington there made the big sack on the play.
Looks like that will be it.
Nope. Nope. They called a timeout.
Oh, never mind. They called a timeout.
What do you expect here? Hail Mary?
Hail Mary.
I think Hail Mary.
Second half, if I had to guess.
Wilson fires in and out of the intended receiver's hands there, and it falls incomplete. He fired that one pretty good.
Yeah, and it's contagious too, right? Like mistakes kind of compound on themselves. So you've had some penalties. Now all of a sudden, a player or two's dropped a pass here and there, and now everybody's dropping the ball. It's just tough right now. Tough to get yards.
I got to ask you, though, with those gloves, how do you ever drop a football?
It's tough. If somebody could do it, I could. But, yeah.
Handoff. Big hole up the middle. There's your fullback, Roberts.
And that'll work. Opens up some options now because I think there with the run, they're thinking, okay, we'll run it up the middle, let this clock run down, and just go into halftime down 10-7. All of a sudden, first down.
Yeah.
Gives himself another opportunity.
Uh-oh.
But
must be National Throw the Yellow Flag Night or something.
It's my favorite when there's 2 or 3 flags down and then the referee up at the top is like, yep, I'm going to get in on this party. Let me throw my laundry too.
I've had kind of a boring night. I need to, be active.
If I was a referee and I had the flag, I'd be right there with them. I'd be throwing it every chance I got, I think. So.
But that way it shows you're still involved in the
That's
game,
right?
So now it's going to be first down and 15. By the way, with the way Roberts is running, bring back the fullback. All right, Wilson to throw near side. It's a low throw. It is not complete. It did hit the turf. That was Caden Sims. When I see, and I'm from old school stuff, when I see Roberts or another fullback running the football, it gets me excited because I understand the game has changed over the years, but the fullback needs to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's found success even in this small sample tonight. He got one good run. I would have loved to have seen him get another chance right after.
Wilson to throw and picked off. Throw was, in fact, a lot underthrown and intercepted the other way. And that was number 10, Gavin Joy, on the INT.
A 3-man rush as well. So, yeah, we are ready. Gorak all the time in the world. And that does not look long enough. And that is caught. Oh, no, no. Jonathan Hall had the ball in both of his hands, just could not hold it on. But that was a great try.
But too many. I think they subbed out one defensive lineman. I did notice that. But I think pretty much everybody else still the first team. 4 wide out set once again. Harris in the shotgun. It's going to be a low snap, eventually picked up. Harris has got room to the outside. Going to lower his shoulder, get out to almost the 20. So a nice recovery by the quarterback of the Titans. Gain of about 8 on the play, bring up 2nd and 2. I'm sorry, 2nd and 1. Real nice recovery for him. Under 4 to play now in the opening half. Once again, if the Hawks lead by 35 at halftime, it means that there will be a running clock in the second half. The Titans will receive.
Did it against Harrison last week. The snap is low, bounces out beyond the end line, and the Tigers get 2 and will get the football.
Hey, if you need to,
it's the most time he's had.
Yeah, he's had a lot of time, or had a lot of time that time. Brings up 3rd and 1. Titans just trying to catch the Blackhawks sleeping on that one. But no dice. 3rd and 1. Titans may try to run for it, but they haven't been able to get much on the ground.
No.
3 wideouts on the far side, 1 on the near side. Harris immediately looking to pass. All kinds of rush coming in his face, just trying to get rid of it, and does. And it's going to be intentional grounding as he was still inside the pocket. That'll result in a 5-yard penalty and a loss of downs. So it'll be 4th down. So the punt team comes back on for the Titans. To Crane and Page back near midfield. Wooten has struggled the last few punts. It's a nice spiraling one. I'm going to say about the 33, maybe. Well, no, he's walking backwards. Still going back. Still going back.
Really?
About the 25, I think, is where they're going to say it went out of bounds.
I'm not quite sure that's a good spot there.
Long for the Memorial Tigers in the passing department. Elsperman has been their top receiver, Jevin, as you know. He's come up with on the year 34 catches for 512 yards. That puts him 2nd in the conference. He's got 6 touchdowns receiving.
So now it's 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Baker joins Horning in the backfield. It is Horning with the give up the middle. He squirts through, lowers his shoulder, hangs on to that football at the 29-yard line. That's a healthy gain of about 8 for Landon Horning.
Timothy Wilson on the submarine tackle. Certainly 4-down territory for the Tigers.
About halfway through this second quarter. Dockery near side as a single wide receiver again, 2 to the far side. Baker right up the gut. That does the trick inside the 20. Still on his feet. And Baker is dumped down at the 10-yard line. Gain of 19 for Donovan Baker on a simple give right up the middle.
Darian Fellows hanging on as Baker shows he worked out in the weight room this summer. And they'll get it inside the red zone. The replay.
They're going to mark the ball at the 11. That's where his knee went down. So it's not 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Same formation again here. Baker to the right, Horning to the left. Back to Baker they go. Left side, following a blocker. Makes one man miss. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers. Donovan Baker gives Memorial their first lead of the night. It is an 11-yard rushing score for Baker, his second of the season.
And the first one was also an 11-yard run last week against Harrison. As they move him from the right side, they attack the right defensive side here. Baker bumps into the defender, bumps away, and trots into the end zone as the Memorial Tigers will try to add one more extra point.
It'll be Pate Barrett, the sophomore, 15 for 16 in PATs this year. 8-6 is our score, 5:34 to go in the quarter. Barrett's one miss came in that game against Mater Dei, and before the snap, Bossy jumped off sides. See if the Tigers want to go for two here or kick the PAT. And I think they're going to put the offense back on the field.
Yep, that's what they're going to do. So you're about an hour and a yard and a half away. Ball's right down in the middle of the field.
Watching Baker run on the...
Williams cuts back upfield, gets out to the 5, but a late flag comes flying in at the 5-yard line.
There was a flag before, too.
Yeah, there's a flag back here at the 25. I don't know what you would call down at the 5. That's about where he got tackled.
Right. Hearing block in the back, maybe.
It's a nice pitch and catch, but an eligible man downfield on the Hawks. And then a hold on the Hawks. How do you get a hold when you're at the tackle? Anyway, the Hawks going to lose some yardage on that play. Unfortunate, as Williams made a nice catch and run. Let's see where they spot this. It looks like one of them got declined. They just took the 5-yard penalty. I think it's because the hold is from the spot.
Yeah.
So a heads-up decision by the Taylor coaches to take the ineligible man. It'll be 1st and 15 now. It's a give to Kolb, trying to get outside. Has a block, gets inside about to the 25, maybe the 27. So a nice carry by Kolb. There's a nice cut up field. There's a block out here.
Put a stick on the kid, too.
Yeah. It'll be 2nd and 7 following that 8-yard run. Alexander under center once again. It's going to be a give right up the middle. And he's got room to run. That's going to be McIntosh. 5, touchdown, Blackhawks. As Cole McIntosh takes it in there for the score.
We got a flag.
Is there a flag?
Yep.
Oh, I do see it about the 20. It's about the first down marker. Going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Really?
At the 20.
What could you possibly have done that was unsportsmanlike?
Excessive block, maybe? Somebody get driven to the ground?
Maybe.
It is going to be a touchdown, though. Penalty is going to be unsportsmanlike, and it will be assessed likely probably on the kickoff. Honestly, in my opinion, that's not that big of a deal for the Hawks with, with the leg of Owen Bell and how he's been kicking off tonight.
Nah, he's fine.
So the Hawks score once again. Owen Bell going to line up for another extra point. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good. Owen Bell.
His passes. And he's not one-dimensional as a runner. He can throw it too. 2nd and 10 for Bossy. Ball at their own 31-yard line.
Same formation.
Empty backfield for Wagner. Fakes the handoff. Wagner takes off running. They have him angled toward the sideline. Now cuts it back in a step or two and gets bottled up at the 37-yard line, maybe 38. Pickup of about 7, 3rd and short.
Looked like they had him contained. They had 3 or 4 white shirts out there, but the athletic ability of Elijah Wagner. Gets the corner and picks up about 6 or 7.
Zemer Funeral Home has served the Tri-State for over 95 years. Zemer is honored to comfort families during a time of need, and they look forward to serving local families for generations to come. Thanks to Zemer Funeral Home, a sponsor of tonight's broadcast here on Indiana SRN. Officially 3rd and 4 from their own 37-yard line. Bosse has not scored since the opening drive of the game.
A lot of room. Ball's on the right hash mark going left.
They hand it off. A little juke move to the 40. Close to the first down stick, maybe a half yard shy. Waiting to see who gets up off the pile on that carry. That was number 3, Royal Elliott. It's 4th and short.
Now they put Elliott in the backfield, and he made he had it bottled up over his left guard, but he made those couple yards all on his own. 4th down, Bosse trying to go for it.
So they don't
bunch left.
See if Wagner just runs it himself. That's what he will do. He goes to the opposite side, and Wagner picks up the first down. The 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5. They loaded up the left side, but ran right.
Yeah, went to the weak side, the short side of the field, as Donovan Baker was there. Also Joseph Hinkie. And in the area also was Landon Merrimee. So first set of downs for Bosse. It's their 6th first down, 5 by the rush.
Wagner passes near side, and nobody home. In between 2 white jerseys, closest man was Amari Hope.
They ran the wheel route, go out or up, out, and then up. And double coverage there on Hope. Incomplete pass, stops the clock.
Bosse did get the football first tonight. Therefore, Tigers will have it to start the 3rd quarter. Tigers have scored 10 straight points. Safety, touchdown, 2-point conversion. Wagner passes again, back-to-back plays, and it's too tall for Tomlinson. Close to the coverage was Sam Nichols along with J.J. Lowry. 3rd and 10, so back-to-back passing plays.
Bring up a couple of extra speed guys in the down lineman. Gene, who got the quarterback sack down almost a safety. He's back in there. As they'll move Ben Zemer out the tackle, in the tackle as well. As they'll move up at defensive end with some speed, Jake Lively. So personnel change here on a 3rd and long, trying to get some speed on the pass rush.
Chance of defense from the Tigers side here on 3rd and 10. Rolling to his left, cross the middle, wide open is Tomlinson. 35-30. Tomlinson gliding right up the middle of the field. Boy, was he wide open. Down to the 24-yard line, a huge gain. That's the biggest strike through the air. Wagner to Tomlinson.
From the 44-yard line, good job. Tomlinson sat in the route and waited for Wagner. Wagner will stop, hit him. Thompson the right, good yards after the catch from the 40 down to the side to the 36. So a big pickup here down to the 26. So a pickup of 30 yards.
For Tomlinson, just his 6th catch of the season. He has 4 touchdown grabs, though. Here's a give up the middle. And they go back to Finote, and Finote gets a couple. Another lengthy drive here by Bosse. That was their 8th play, and starting to get late in the 2nd quarter.
Matthew Hawkins from the right defensive tackle spot. Put a circle around that pass play of 30 yards because that kept the drive alive. That would have forced a punt situation. But Bosse starting this drive on their own 31.
2nd down play. Wagner. Good juke move, still on his feet, and just lofts it down the field, and it's caught inside the 10. Boy, like he was throwing a balloon, and it drops right down the lap of Antonio Floyd Jr. Bosse has 1st and goal at the 9. At first, I thought he was just throwing it away.
Well, nice job. And a prime example, this play, Jevin, of Elijah Wagner extending the play. As he scrambles right, comes left. Kibb's going. Donovan Baker misses. Looks like he's just going to maybe throw it away, as you say. And a good catch. as Bossy first and goal.
From the 9, empty backfield for Wagner. He has 1 rushing touchdown tonight. That was a 19-yard run on the opening drive. He comes near side, tiptoes the near sideline, and he's out of bounds at about the 1. So it's a pickup of 8.
Couple of white jerseys had shots at him, but Wagner extending the play, picks up 8, and is 1 yard away from retaking the lead for the Bulldogs after the Tigers had scored 10 straight points.
If Bossy does score and the Tigers get it back with some time, they do have 2 timeouts left.
Come back with the same play.
Wagner has 11 rushing touchdowns on the season, looking for number 12. Tries to cut it inside, and he got in. Touchdown, Bossy. A 1-yard rushing score for Elijah Wagner. Bulldogs back on top. It's 12-10. That was an 11-play drive.
Good job by Wagner. Goes to the right this time. Looked like he was stopped by a couple of defenders, but does fall forward. You can see here on the replay. Gets going, gets hit, and then just carries a couple of defenders into the end zone as Bossy all season long, as we said, will go for the 2-pointer.
They failed to get it the first time tonight. Landon Lloyd lines up in the backfield with Wagner, who's going to throw it, and 2-point try successful here. So it's 14-10 Bossy. Tigers
are back. Connor Cruz. 3 by 1. 1 receiver near side, 3 to the far side. 4-man rush. It's a running play. And a good one for Nolan Jones. He's going to take the pile with him.
Yeah, what a push. And, you know, if there was an assist in football, I think a few of his linemen just got it by kind of like the Warrior push and not the Bush push, right?
Yeah, the Bush push, which, by the way, now that you mention it, comes by way of football Notre Dame, which has that monster game in Ohio State tomorrow night. That was USC in the Irish.
Yeah, it's quite a big one. They were talking about it might be one of the more monumental games in South Bend since that infamous game.
Irish breaking out into green uniforms tomorrow night.
I saw that. It really looked nice, too.
First and 10 for Covenant on the move and with the lead. Uh-oh, Cruz in trouble. Stuffed out and will throw, and does he have a receiver? He does. Nice catch by Landon Ross. He's had a couple of them in this game.
Yeah, he has. I was just going to say that, Jim, is that another great one where, you know, Connor got great decision-making there of getting the low snap, as we saw here, a little bobble, and did a great job of getting out of the pocket and ready to throw that. But more importantly, what a great hands catch there by Ross, his second one, as you mentioned.
Picks up 8 on the play, second and very short. Let's see if Cruz throws a home run ball here like a free play almost. Back to pass and looking and shooting for the end zone, and it is broken up at the last minute. It's a good defensive play by Vaughn Johnson that prevents a touchdown.
Yeah, and that's one there, as you called it, is being able to drop back and looking to get the big strike. Again, where he underthrew that. Had his guy on the top side of his route there, but just kind of had the ball just not, as we call it, a little bit, not enough helium on it to allow it to rise to where he could have led into the end zone.
You know, I call it a free play, but what I mean is that really it's a down you can almost waste.
Correct.
Because then you've got third and short in 4-down territory. Free play, I suppose, comes with a penalty marker on the defense, and then you're throwing it up for grabs. 3rd and 2. Back to the ground game. It's a quarterback keep. Cruz, open field. He's going to score. Touchdown, Warriors. What a call on 3rd down.
It was more of an RPO and given his position to be able to make that decision based on his quick read. So what a great job, as we see here. One that had Colin Jones fooled. But and we talked about this early in the first half, as this is a young man that not only can throw it, but last week he had a score on the run, but he also threw for 5. But he's a dual threat guy that has some wheels on him that can make you pay.
Offensive coordinator's got to be pleased with that call, Ryan Ross of Covenant Christian, and now a chance to add the 17th consecutive point in this game. Under 10 minutes to go, early 3rd quarter. The Warriors have shown their dominance. Nick Munoz 2 extra points and a field goal in the game. And the lead now is its largest. Covenant 17, Heritage 7.
Would Bossy call a timeout here?
I wouldn't think you would. Down to 50 seconds to go here in the half. Tigers still with 2 timeouts. Have to get just past the 50-yard line for a first down. They're going to run it again with Elsterman. He is in some trouble, and he's brought down from behind at the 41-yard line. Now Bossy will take a timeout with 32 seconds. And the Tigers will have to punt. So Bossy will get it back with less than 25 seconds probably after the punt. And the Tigers special teams will have to hold. We hope you stay with us for the halftime show, which will be brought to you by Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt. They are your go-to spot for that afternoon sweet treat or refreshing snack. They have a variety of self-serve frozen yogurt flavors, endless toppings, real fruit smoothies, made-to-order shakes, and holiday cakes. Satisfy that sweet tooth of yours at Orange Leaf Frozen Yogurt. That is 701 North Burkhart Road in Evansville. Well, for the Tigers here to just kick the ball out of bounds. Try to negate a big return.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, but or try to keep it deep.
Just with the big plays, and there it was.
Here's Dibben with another return. And he is gobbled up by 4 different Warriors. And among others, Jacob Fultz there, 12. 25, Blake Boston, who's been on a couple special teams plays. So here we go. Heritage Christian's got to find a way to jumpstart the offense. What do you think it has in mind?
Well, I think you got to continue to try to run things through Pimento. I mean, you got to get him going, but some of that has to be on this line to really create some things, especially up the middle. But you got to be able to allow him some space to be able to make some things happen. You look for big plays from your big skill sets, and he's their guy.
Eli Nix, quarterback at 6'2", 185, and a short run play in the handoff to start this offensive series by Elijah Pimento, who, as mentioned, as Craig mentioned, held in check in the first half, minus a 12-yard run. Gets only a yard on that play, if a yard at most. Are the receivers having trouble getting separation so far for Heritage?
Well, I mean, they haven't been able to get anything vertical. So, I mean, give credit. You know, I think that's as much credit to this Covenant secondary as much as it is the Heritage receivers. But it's one that's been a little bit of a surprise here tonight.
Play a base coverage as Nix throws on the run, and that one broken up at the last minute by Carter Bell. And now it's third.
Well, and that's one. Sorry, Jim. That's one where Eli's got to really be in a position there where he's almost blanket covered. I mean, he's got to tuck that and run or find his next read. You don't want to be in a position, especially just after getting a turnover and then getting them a score. I mean, that was a dangerous pass where it almost got picked.
Yes, and now you're down by 2 scores. And should you give the ball over either by turnover or by punt, looking at putting yourself out of the game here. 3rd and 10. It's an important play for Heritage Christian. Noah Dibben comes to the near side, trips to the far side. Nix in trouble, flushed out, and running. And this time he does run, and he is brought down in play. Tackle made by 79, Nick Bartles, who's been all over the field. We mentioned earlier that he's already had an invite from Western Michigan to pursue his football attributes after high school.
Yeah, great job by the big fella, too, with Bartles leaving that line of scrimmage and chasing down the quarterback. I mean, he's 260 pounds. Great job of showing some speed to get to the sideline and keep that to a minimal gain.
Noah Ham is the punter, 34. He's back at his own 20. 4 minutes into the 3rd quarter. Fair catch being called. Bobble for the moment, but retrieved by Landon Ross. 8 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. You almost get the feel now that Covenant's got a chance to knock out Heritage with a drive here.
Yeah, I mean it's one that they were that first team to kind of bust through and make the big play. Sitting comfortable but can't get comfortable. It's a situation you got to keep your foot on the pedal. Still a lot of time left, and a two-score game with a team that, even though Heritage hadn't been able to show much tonight in the big play, but it can pop at any given time.
Heritage comes into the game with a record of 4-1, ranked 12th in one poll, and 7th in the other. Coming in Christian unranked. But making its presence known in this game as they go back to the freshman, Owen Halen. We haven't had a chance to talk about him, but what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, a lot of it is terms of what they've been able to do up front, and I think they've done a great job in terms of this O-line being in a position where they're creating holes and really making some things happen here offensively, and really on the ground at that.
Sure. Tackles, mentioned earlier, Logan Reifert and Will Thomas. Guards are Theo Anderson, Nathan Crane, and Nick Bartles. Anchors the offense up front as the center. We're 79. Fresh set of downs. 5 minutes gone by, third quarter. Little shovel pass there.
It got a little dangerous there, but
Oh, yeah.
trying to mix it up. But they're clearly trying to hit the ground attack. The score happened that way. Much of how they're moving this ball has done. But you see, again, you're dealing with a quarterback that's dual threat, not only with what is run, but his ability to get out of the pocket. I certainly like him getting out of the pocket when he doesn't have anything for the read to make something happen with his feet.
Nolan Jones, the ball carrier, actually the pass receiver. It's recorded as a pass. 2nd and 8. Covenant in charge, up by 10 on senior night. Heritage showing blitz. They're coming with 4, dropping 7. That one hops to Carter Bell. It'll be third down.
And
A good half, and especially when both teams, I think, expect more out of their respective sides. Both teams just were not clicking on all cylinders, really, not even close. So, the coach has made some adjustments at halftime.
Hey, Wilson's going to try to air it out. Went right at Kiesling, and that's going to fall incomplete. So they're kind of looking to loosen up that Mount Vernon run defense a little bit right there, too. Maybe to get them thinking they're going to throw a little more.
I love that play right there. It sends a message that we're going to try to, like you said, open it up. The receiver had him beat. The pass was just a little long. If they get that look again, I think you're confident your quarterback will hit that, and that's a good play to start the half, even though they don't convert.
So it'll be second down. Mentioned Wilson coming in with 5 touchdown passes on the year. So far, nothing tonight for this offense. There's your fullback, Roberts. Roberts bullying his way to the 25-yard line.
There's that fullback run again, and he just bounces off of one defender, falls forward for about 3 or 4 yards.
I'm going to date myself here. I always do that with a fullback. Larry Zonka, Norm Bulash, those guys back in the day. You don't remember those guys, do you?
I don't have vivid memories of those guys, no.
Most of the guys I work with don't, so
Yeah.
you don't feel bad. So it'll be third down and 5. Pendleton's first possession. There's your fullback. Nowhere to go this time.
There for Avon.
It's his first interception of the season.
Oilers. That was his first of the year?
Yeah, first
Wow.
of the year.
Great interception there.
Yep.
And now the Avon Orioles
Yeah.
got the ball.
They
So
have.
here we go.
I would like to see Mr. Mason Reynolds. I'd like to see him use his arm a little more.
Yeah. Oh, or just give it to Carter Smith. Carter.
Ashton Carter.
Ashton Carter here for a run. Owen Volta again with the tackle.
He's had a good game here so far. Ashton Carter. He had that first play or first drive where he went about 40 yards down the field. So they will feed him again. He'll only get about 6 yards this time.
Sorry. Back.
Looks like that will be 2nd and 6.
Grant Hayward there with the tackle. looks like the offensive line just saw film of the interception and what happened, the miscues, the bad decision making, and they look like they're gonna come back out here with some more firepower.
Yeah.
And to be more care for with the ball. Here's Aiden Smith with a big hit there.
Looks like third and 3 now.
Yep.
Tiger fans, it's third down.
Third down. Ashton Carter. Here we go. Big third down, actually, for Avon here. They want to see what they can do. So, Ashton Carter's back there at the running back position and with Reynolds. And they decide to hand it off to Ashton Carter for a loss or a
no gain.
No gain.
Yeah.
I actually know Tyler. He's a pretty cool guy. Tyler Maynard.
Yeah.
Cool guy. I met him last year in one of my digital apps class. It was pretty cool. Got to talk to him a couple of times.
Yeah.
Nothing bad to say. There we go.
They will punt it away.
Low snap. And that is a very short punt as well, and that's going straight out of bounds. Yep, and that's at the spotted 31, 32-yard line between those two. So, how has the clock management been this quarter?
It's still a little early in the quarter to
tell.
that. Yeah. Avon not able to make much of that turnover, not able to capitalize, gave it right back to Fishers.
Yeah. The ball control for Fisher's offense here has not been very good, but they look like they're going to come back here with a run from Bogle.
Looks like the gain of a yard there.
Yep. This is a great time to remind you guys about our sponsors, Penske Chevrolet. The Fisher Sports Network is sponsored by Penske Chevrolet. If you're looking for a newer used vehicle, just go to Penske Chevrolet or visit them at 3210 East 96th Street. That is 3210 East 96th Street. And we are back in the action. That is Sakai Bogle with the first down.
He's been pretty solid here in the absence of Kobe Martin.
Yeah, that is a big storyline there with Kobe Martin.
At 7 or 8 yards on this, again, to make it third and short.
And a pitch back to their main guy. The middle, Elijah carrying everybody with him. How about that run on second and long? He's still alive.
Yeah.
Thought he was down for a moment, but no, all the way to the 45-yard line, and there's lightning in a bottle.
Well, and quick response there by Elijah is when he thought he might have been down, he also knew that he didn't hear a whistle. So great heads-up play there to continue to play, and certainly a thing with Covenant to where they stopped, and you don't want to do that. You know, we talked about earlier, defensively you want to teach the run of the ball, but you also, on both sides of the ball, you got to play to the whistle.
The rugby player is finding some open holes. What's allowing him to do this right now?
Well, I think some of it is getting to the edge, and that's where he's gonna be best.
It's got a nice cutback move to him, and when you talk to Evan Cowell, he said it's the cutback that we're really concerned with, and he can stretch to the outside, and suddenly he's coming inside, and he's gone.
Yeah, it's a change of direction with him. If you can get him to where he's working opposite side of the field, more times than not, there's not a whole lot of guys that's going to really chase him down.
He has opened up this Heritage Christian offense here in the third quarter.
Now the flip side to that too is, Jim, is that, you know, give Covenant's defense and the coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball a lot of kudos for maintaining or containing him here tonight so far.
Oh, absolutely. Nick's in trouble, and he is sacked. Well, you mentioned the defense. Here it comes.
Going to set something up here for this play, but yeah, either way, there's just not enough room to maneuver. Can't get a big play running off the short side there.
As you see it, 3rd down and 12, and they have to get to the 22-yard line for the first down. Again, Ertl will check at the line of scrimmage. Fakes the handoff to Brogan, gets tripped up and goes down. There's number 34, Nick Trout. Now, we talked about maybe got that sack in the first half, but that's a big, big defensive play.
Huge play from Nick Trout. He's able to penetrate the line. If Ertl can get by him.
Huge play by Noah Dearman.
Yeah, and that's just a freshman there. He's also a transfer, the brother of Nick Dearman. They both transferred into Heritage this year. You know, this is a long freshman. He's like 6'2" as a freshman and still growing. His mother, you know, real tragic situation years ago, had passed away from brain cancer, but she played basketball at Butler, you know, so comes from athletic genes. But this is a kid that really has good upside, and they like him a lot. I was talking to Coach Ray last week. He's got high upside and only being a freshman and having great length and the years to come with him.
He has set his team up in the red zone. Nix, and that nearly was picked off. His receiver going one way, and the defender, Carter Bell, coming the other way. That could have been, for Heritage, a disaster. We have an injured Warrior right now, down around the 10.
Yeah, from Andrew Sloan's standpoint, it's like, hey, I had 6 based on what I was doing,
yeah.
But the quarterback almost gave up the pick.
Take a break, and we'll find out about the injury when we come back.
After a short game. Yeah, you're only going to be given so many opportunities to take advantage of another team's mistakes, and you got to feel here pretty soon because you look at the clock, it's now down to 6 minutes.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things, like whatever you have in your offensive repertoire, like you don't save it. This is the time to use it. At all costs, I think you need to start scoring if you're Pendleton. The run's not working real well. If they have something they can open up and get a receiver in space, I would love to see that here.
Over the middle, ball caught, 40, first down. That was a nice throw by Wilson. In a lot of traffic right there is Reese Reddington. Looked like he was on the receiving end of that. He loses his helmet, so he'll come out of the game.
Yeah, Reddington, another big